guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be installing the new Rotora big brake kit, 6-pot in the front, 4-pot in the rear, 355 millimeter rotors in the front, and 350 millimeters in the rear. Currently, I'm running just the stock 2017 or the 2008 to 2017 Brembos, which are 4 pots in the front and then 2 pots in the rear. I'm also running DBA T3 4000 series rotors as well as Hawk 5.0 pads. I actually just changed the rotors and pads back in November of 2020, so they hardly have any miles on them. And I'm going to be swapping them over to the new brake kit. Now, if you're more interested in going over the specs and everything and the color I chose and just kind of a little bit more detail about the brakes, be sure to check the video in the top right corner. I did the kind of unboxing and unveiling of the actual brakes, but in this video, we're just going to go over the actual install. This is not necessarily going to be a full like do-it-yourself how to install this. It's more so just going to be like, hey, you know, here's a video of me installing it and kind of just talking my way through it. It's very, very simple. The whole kit comes with everything you need. You got your brackets, you got all your jet nuts and your brake lines, calipers, obviously, and rotors. Super simple install, very straightforward, so it's nothing too complicated. It does look a little intimidating when you're talking about brakes, but honestly, installing brakes or even just doing pads and rotors is very, very simple. I did a very thorough install, do-it-yourself kind of video with these rotors and pads, so if you want to check that out of how to do it, be sure to go check out that video as well. All right, so a little quick comparison between the rotor size. This is 327 millimeter. This is 355 millimeter. This probably weighs about, I don't know, 20 pounds. This probably weighs about 12 pounds. It's crazy the difference. I mean, obviously it's a bigger rotor, but this is a 2-piece and that's just a 1-piece. But yeah, got everything off. Did not disconnect the brake line yet. The first thing I'm actually going to do is actually bolt everything up. And then the last part of the actual install, I'm going to remove the brake line and then put the new Rotora brake light on, just so it minimizes the amount of brake fluid that I lose and everything. And this is the best way that I always found to do it. So I'm going to go ahead, get everything mounted up, put all the brackets on and everything, and then we'll get this caliper removed. All right, so we got the passenger front on, absolutely massive. Here is the stock caliper over here. Really, really nice condition. The guy that bought these is literally getting a mint set with brand new rotors and pads. But this thing looks absolutely epic. Try to get some of the white with the bar so you can kind of see things matching, see what what's going on in my head and what I have always planned. It's gonna look awesome with all the white in the engine bay, but man, these things are sick. Here's a little comparison between the stock caliper and the new caliper. Obviously, the stock one is much smaller. You can see it's thicker and wider, but wider this way, not this way. So these are so heavy compared to the Rotora ones. But absolutely epic. Absolutely love the way this looks. Again, I'm a bigger fan of slotted rotors. They actually perform better than drilled, but I always prefer the look of drilled. So that's kind of why I went this route. But the really nice part about these are they are 2-piece. So if I ever want to go to slotted rotors, I can just order the rings and not the whole entire thing. So it's a little bit cheaper to maintain and a little bit cheaper to swap out if I want to go that route. But I'm really digging the drilled rotors. I think it looks really good. I did a quick test fit with the wheels. They clear completely fine. There's tons of space, which is really, really awesome. So the rotor size and also the pads and everything as well, it's a very common size. So it's not like the Rotora specific. So I can get some, Hawk pads or anything else basically to, if I want to get a more aggressive pad or a track pad or something like that, I can easily do so. But as you can see, they're forged aluminum. It's crazy how light all this is compared to the DBA rotor as well as the stock caliper. It's pretty incredible. I don't have a scale to really show you exactly the difference, but I can assure you it's insane. It's really impressive how much lighter this thing is. So I also have stainless lines, kind of hard to see back there, but the kit comes with stainless lines. So I got those bolted up and everything and hooked on. So once this is all done, obviously I have to do a full bleed of the system, which is not that bad. But I'm just gonna go around, make sure all the bolts are tight and everything, and then we're gonna move on to the rear and get that knocked out. It's going super smooth. Everything is coming off nice and easy, mainly because I've already had the calipers and the rotors off not that long ago. Plus the car is, only has 32,000 miles and it's not that beat up. So let me go ahead, finish this up, and then we'll start on the rear over here. Jesus, that looks amazing. Got the clearance in there is insane. I mean, I have a 3mm spacer on for fitment, not to clear the calipers, just to, for fitment wise. But there is so much clearance, it's crazy. It fills out the wheels so much better than the stock ones. It almost seemed like the stock ones look puny when you put the wheels on, but these look absolutely beautiful. Kind of looks ugly without the bumper on, but you get the picture. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to bed these in and really actually try them out. It's gonna be insane. Honestly, for what I use the car for, they're completely overkill, but it's something that I've always wanted, and man, having a really bright caliper behind these wheels is pretty awesome. I was debating whether to get rid of the gold hub ring and the gold lug nuts, but it kind of looks pretty cool. It looks all like technical or something. I don't even know what to call it. So let me get onto the rear and look how puny that looks. Just kind of remember that and then wait till you see how much bigger the rears are. The rears are massive. They're actually bigger than the fronts, my old fronts, the stock fronts. So let's get cracking on that. Before I start the rear, I just wanted to kind of do a quick little overview. As you can see, all the white and all here. Man, so happy I went with white. Yellow would have looked awesome, but honestly, it just flows so well. Man, looks awesome. So happy with everything. Obviously, it looks kind of stupid without the bumper on it, but once I get the bumper back on with the new headlights and all that, it's gonna look 3 million times better than it ever has. So I'm really looking forward. It's kind of like the cherry on top, but man, so happy with everything. I love how everything flows. Super OEM plus. Yeah, so all right, enough of me drooling over this. Let me get the rear done so I can call this project done. Then we can wrap this video up and move on to the next mod, which is over there. All right, so that's what's left of the rear dust shield. The front obviously just bolts right off with 3 bolts, super simple. This one you actually need to either cut off or break the spot welds. I ended up breaking the spot welds so you can see the holes here. I had to use some really strong metal snips to kind of get it started. I just pried my way around it and it came off. So you do need to remove that since the rotor is larger and the dust shield is too small to fit it onto the hub. So got that off, now we can proceed with the install. So when doing brake lines, you want to use a flare nut wrench. As you can see, this is basically almost all the way around. There's a little slot there where you slip it through the line. That way it gets more grip on the actual nut. It's much safer to do this way than a typical, just a normal wrench. The chances of the nut actually stripping with this is very, very slim compared to, like a normal wrench. So you want to make sure you get these. It makes the job much, much easier. All right, so the rears are complete and job well done. Everything is good. So basically finished. Obviously, I'm gonna lower it down on the ground and clean everything up, and then I'll kind of show you the final look. It's gonna be hard to get on the other side just because there's so much stuff, but I'll show you this side. And then eventually, once I get the bumper and everything back on, I'll take it outside and I'll kind of show you the final look. Obviously, I'll do a full review and bed-in process and everything to make sure everything's okay and just kind of what I think of the actual brakes. But honestly, absolutely loving how these things look. It looks so good with the lapis blue. Looks great behind the WED TC 105Xs. Plenty of clearance, plenty of room. Man, this looks badass. Absolutely love it. So, all right, let me clean up this mess and get everything kind of situated. And then we'll wrap this video up and give you my final thoughts. Good God, this looks amazing. I mean, sorry, obviously it's just on film and everything, but in person, absolutely ridiculous. They fill out the wheels so much. It's so nice to have actual, brakes that look massive. You actually have a big brake kit. The Brembos, they're great. They're fantastic for what they are. Look how much more brake is in the rear wheel. The rear brake looks so small to me, even with the upgraded rotors and everything on the stock Brembos. But man, this fills it out so much better. Looks fantastic. Absolutely love it. White looks so good on Lapis. Absolutely love the choice. Yeah, geez. I still need to bleed the system. I need to do a full bed of the system, or the whole brake system. But I'm going to do that in a future video because right now it's about 11 and, I just had my third kid, so I'm kind of catching up on sleep and, getting used to the routine of having a baby again. So I can't stay up as late as I normally do, which is like 2 or 3 a.m., which is crazy. So I'm trying to get to bed a little bit earlier and just kind of recoup a little bit until, I feel all right. So I'm getting there. I'm starting to feel a lot better and catching up on sleep and everything. So that's kind of why I knocked this out tonight. I actually took the entire week off just to be with the family and everything and, kind of be with the new baby and all that. So it gave me some free time to be able to get in the garage and get this done. Because you probably noticed in the beginning of this video was actually daytime. So I was able to get actually the front done over here in the daytime, and I knocked the rear out at night. So yeah, guys, I mean, obviously I can't comment about how good they are or how bad they are. I doubt they're bad, but I will do a full review of the brakes and everything, just what I think, is it worth the upgrade? Obviously, for what I use the car for, it's a street car. It's completely overkill. You honestly do not need something like this for the street. For the track, yeah, you're obviously going to see a bigger benefit from these, but it's one of those things that I've always wanted to do. And it was just this car I'm kind of going all out on, and I'm not, sparing any expense. And, I was like, you know what, if I want to do brakes, I'm going to do the ones that I've always wanted to do. And yeah, here we go. But man, absolutely love it. I'm just kind of rambling now because I just love staring at it right now and getting, taking in the new look and everything. So I'm really looking forward to getting this car out of the garage and driving it, because it's been quite a while actually, just waiting on parts and everything. Especially with, the new brakes on here, it's going to be pretty amazing. So if you want to check them out, if you're interested in them, check out Subi Mods. I put them in the links below if you guys are interested. This kit is around $6 grand. You can get it a little bit cheaper. So it is expensive, no question. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask below. Oh God, I love it. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the comments and following along. I have so much more coming for this car. I hope you guys are excited for all the videos and everything. I'm really looking forward to making more. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you in the next one.